think I see water. Today we have the first Casio to be 200 meters water resistance. The DW-1000. This one, the DW-1000C with the rubber straps. Even though this rubber straps are not original, I believe, and this outer bezel has already been replaced. But, what more do you want? It's from 1982. Today we're going to be changing out the O-ring, relubing the O-rings on the buttons, and we're going to be checking for water resistance. See if we could get it wet again. All right, so when I get these watches, I first try with the ball. Pretty loose. This is why you should not try to get them wet whenever you get a new watch. Oh my God, look at this. Let me get up my double goggles on. Well, somebody try to lube this, but look at this, how flat it is. Okay. So this uses module 280. So these old watches have this technology where they have this ring, and if you don't put it right, when you put it back together and you try to screw it back, the movement inside turns, because as you can see, it doesn't have any like notch or anything to hold the module in place. These C-clips are tiny. Tiny. I don't know if I could do it with my tool. Let me get my tool. Okay, let me see. If I could grab that. It's the most difficult button. Yeah, I got it. Ooh, nasty. Look at that. I don't see any O-rings in there. That is weird. I don't think that's correct. That doesn't seem right. There is something in there. Oh, here it is. There's a washer. But I don't see anything else. I don't see anything. Oh, here it is. Got one. It's so dirty that you can't see them. don't think that's it. There's only one. We'll see when the other button. And put that to the side. If that one had one O-ring, all the other buttons should have one O-ring. Look at all that gunk in there. So that's one O-ring, and I see another one. Two. So why did this one, well, the hole is different. Maybe that's why. Because it doesn't seem like anybody took it apart before. So maybe this hole only has one. It's 1982 technology. If the shaft of the button is, what is it, 0.9 millimeters, I already know that I can use DW-5600 O-rings. Yeah, I got the two in one shot. I'm gonna have to clean these buttons too. One. And here comes the other one. Two. Gotta clean in there. Let me remove the straps. Straps are almost brand new. It's definitely a cool watch to have in your collection. Cool watch to have in your collection. All right, so this is one of the most fragile parts of this watch. They sell these on eBay and they are very expensive. You can see this one is tight. Hopefully it's not crust threaded. Let me get one of those T-type screwdrivers. T-type. Let's see how it fits better. Oh yes. Look at all that gunk. All right, so I'm gonna take this to the sink and clean it up, and I'll be back. All right, everything is clean. Here's the new O-ring. Here's the old O-rings from the buttons. Buttons, I cleaned them. How do I clean them? So you gotta remove everything. It goes, when you go putting them back together again, spring washer or metal washer, and then the two rubber O-rings. So what I do is I hold it with these tweezers with the rubber tips, and then I use my dribble to clean them. Pretty nice. And to lube them, I use this oil. I'll leave you links to everything down below. I checked. The DW-56 buttons do work. They're just gonna stick out a little bit more. But they don't work on this little one. So if you lost that one, I think no, I don't think this one will work either, because that one is very small. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. But that is very tiny. Let's get a measurement since we're here, so you can see. 2.9. Yeah. I think the little one from a DW-5600 might work. Seems like a lot, but remember stay right there. Cleaned everything with soap and a brush. And what I'm gonna do now is put the buttons and the new O-ring, close it back up, and put it in water to test the water resistance. Yeah, so the small button from a DW-6900 does not fit. Doesn't even go in, just so you know. All right, I'm about to do the last one. And I had to change the springs on all of them. When I installed the first one, I noticed that once I put it in, that original spring is shot. It doesn't have enough force. It doesn't have enough force to maintain force on the O-rings pushed against that on the wall right there. You see how you can still see the tip? It shouldn't be like that. So here is an original spring, and this is a DW-56 spring. You see the brand new one is a little bit longer. Why is this important? Because this is gonna keep water from coming in through the buttons. So you could buy like buttons on AliExpress, because I know the original ones are kind of expensive, and use the O-rings and the springs. Even though the AliExpress O-rings are a little bit thinner and smaller, I didn't use them. I use this right here, and I use this, the 1.9, 0.8 times 0.7. Those are the ones I'm using. And you can see they stretch out, and they are similar to the ones that were there originally. Let me put the springs to the side. You can see I have a mess here with oil, but what I like to do is, since this design, you can see that you're gonna have metal with metal there. I like to put a little bit of the oil there. These O-rings already lubed. That way, I'm guaranteeing that that button is not gonna get stuck in case it gets water or something, you know. Now I need the C-clip. I'm doing a new one from the AliExpress kit because you can see the original one spread out when I was taking it out. And yes, I could fix it. I could clamp it down, but time is money and money is time. Pressing the button just so I could see that groove where the C-clip goes. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult now because these is brand new. All right, once you feel it, let go of the button. You see it started. And now being very careful, all you gotta do is push it in. Came out. Yeah, this is very difficult to do while recording. That's why I did the other three. On some watches, there it goes. It's a lot easier. All right, so here's the new O-ring. Nice and lubed. I might have to get it a little bit more wet with silicone. This is my very scientific water resistance test. I place a little bit of paper there. You can see finding an original O-ring for this is impossible. And if you do, it's probably shot because it's too old. to do something. I like to get the threads looped too. So this O-ring is a 32 millimeter by 0.9 millimeter, but I have a kit with a bunch of O-rings, and not all O-rings are the same. Some are a little bit bigger, some are a little bit smaller. Within that size, this was the best one. It came out. You gotta be careful. It's because this channel is a little bit dry. I'm only doing this because this is not an original, okay? And I'm about to do a test. So by the time I put the watch together, all that oil is gone. Yeah, I think I got it. They're clean. See how by placing oil on the channel, it keeps the O-ring in place. Double check the O-ring that is still there where it's supposed to be. Beautiful. Clean up the watch, that way you can tighten it. I think that's good enough. All right, let me go get some water so we can test this out. We have water. Look at that dive bend. All right. I don't see bubbles, so that's good. These don't count. All right, I'm pressing the buttons. You saw that bubble? But there's no water inside the watch. That paper is still dry. I want to press that little one. There. Very difficult. I guess you pretty much know that I'm not gonna go diving with this watch. Can you call this the first Frogman? Since it's the first Casio that's 200 meters water resistance. Might be the first Casio Diver. It looks pretty dry in there. I think I see water. clean it up. Oh yes, I see water. I see water. I only did the back with the ball. So that could be it. Yeah, look how you see it opened up. Right. Now, the good thing is the O-ring is nice and steady. Now I get to tighten it very nice and tight. All right, let me put another piece in here. All right, let me get the tool to tighten this up. All right, let me give it one ooga ooga. There. Nice and solid. Going back in the water. You see how my test is very scientific? So I guess the first bubbles that we saw did count. Let's press the buttons again. Do a little one. Looks dry. So I might have bent the back because it was slippery. I couldn't get it tight enough because of the silicone. But this is why I test. It's looking dry. Look at that red line. Wonder where you've seen that before. And by the way, it's glass. No cheapo mineral glass here. All right, let's open this up. Let me see if I can do this now without scratching it. I don't have space to get the big tool here. I want you guys to see that I haven't done any trickery. Ooh, it's tight. See, once you start pressing the buttons, it gets very tight. There, I got it. Ooh, that was scary. Now I can do the ball. Nice and dry. So pass the water test. All right, let's put it together. All right. Let's make sure this thing is clean. The new O-ring is now compressed in that slot. This, now it's in focus. It looks like I might need a new polarizing film, but not messing with it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. All right, this watch, you have to make sure that it's aligned right there. Compress the little tabs for the buttons. And now you move it a little. Align it. That looks good. So you bring this All right, keep an eye on the front. See how it's not moving? I'm gonna keep going it slowly until it doesn't go anymore with the ball. Okay. All right. Look how much it's turning. And there. All right. No gap. It's straight. Feel right. All right. Let's install the bezel. I want to add a little bit of oil, of that synthetic oil, silicone oil on the screws. That way they don't seize in there. Or the one that got stuck. I'm gonna have to brush it up again. It's clean. All right. Instead of putting the oil on the screws, I'm just gonna drop a little, tiny little drop here on the hole. And it doesn't matter if it gets underneath the bezel. Actually, it'd be better. Keep everything nice and lubricated. All right, I'm gonna be using my T. Screwdriver. Not in all the way. See how smooth that went in. So I'm gonna do this in a cross pattern. And I'm not applying any type of crazy pressure. I just want to make sure they don't come off. Because they are expensive. There. Time for the strips. And by the way, these are 20 millimeters. Whoops. All right. So this watch only sounds on the stopwatch. And the timer, and of course the alarm. You want to hear the alarm? It goes like this. There you have it. And put it on. Not bad. Now this thing is ready for some more action. Thank you for watching. Peace out.